Take Marco. What's going on, everybody? Alamo City Movie Talk fans. As always, I am your host, Ryan D. Ryan680. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic week. I know I haven't. So, by all means, what better way to get our minds off the work week, guys, by talking movies. Let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. This is my review of Don't Worry, Darling. Don't Worry, Darling tells a story of a 1950s housewife living with her husband in a utopia experimental community begins to worry that his glamorous company could be hiding a disturbing secret. Now, it's rated off on the IMDb, guys. This runtime of this film comes out to be 2 hours and 2 minutes. Now, normally Angela is here with me, but she's been feeling a little tired. She's, we're about to go to Disneyland in a few days, so we're literally been trying. You'll see probably me doing more solo reviews recently, right before we go on our trip. So, but by all means, guys, put on comments down below and everything. Thank you so much again with your continued support throughout this channel, and if you have not already, you know what to do, guys. Like, share, subscribe to get notified on our movie reviews, reaction videos, and whatever topics we want to talk about on the Alamo City Movie Talk channel. Thank you so much, guys. All right, let's get right to it. So, Don't Worry, Darling, this film is definitely one of those movies to where it's getting split in the middle right now. With everything going on behind the scenes stuff this is written by directed by Olivia Wilde here. And, it really takes the form of a lot of behind the scenes stuff is affecting this film with the Shia LaBeouf stuff that's going on, and how Shia LaBeouf was originally casted in this movie, and now it's Harry Styles. Obviously, that came in the end game of this film. But knowing the whole formality after watching this movie, I kind of see where would make sense on it. I kind of see like where Olivia Wilde was aiming for that. So again, that's just my take there. Now, Harry Styles comes in here as a lead role, ladies and gentlemen, and he really takes a form of a love interest for Florence Pugh, which, Florence Pugh does these iconic, Midsummer, right? Obviously Midsummer, but she plays these such unique, isolated characters so well. She does a phenomenal job. She did a phenomenal job in Midsummer. I thought she was phenomenal in this movie. I really enjoyed her. Let's just say I enjoyed her acting in this movie than I did enjoy the whole movie, and we'll talk about it in spoilers at the very end, guys. So I'll mention spoilers at the very end, but yeah, we're not mention spoilers yet. But yeah, this whole theme of its 1950s. I love the music. Let's bring out the positive stuff. I love the music. I loved every single person's outfit in this. It's very hard for me to say that on certain movies, right? But it's just the whole outfits, the kids, from the kids to the adults to the women to the children, it was all themed very well. I thought that was very projected very well. I love the costume designs in here. It was off the chain, right? I really did. I enjoyed it so much. There's a few sentimental scenes that I really did enjoy by Florence Pugh and Harry Styles that were so organic. It felt very organic. It felt intuitive. I had a fantastic time watching them on screen together. It didn't feel like they were forced or anything like that. Harry Styles, ladies, Harry Styles just has that natural, good-looking face. Come on, who doesn't want to act? Who doesn't want to be the love interest of Harry Styles? For all the women out there, I'm just saying. But yeah, he definitely adds that cherry on top, watermelon. But he definitely adds that cherry on top on this review, and I feel like he really brings life into the character in a way. He really does. He does a really good job. Again, this solely relies on Florence Pugh. Olivia Wilde plays Bunny in this movie as well. And she actually, I was very surprised. She actually has a bigger, she actually is in the movie a little bit more than I thought she was going to be. Definitely surprised me there. I will say that. So yeah, I'm a Chris Pine in here, man. Chris Pine does another really good job here on playing Frank. He plays the character Frank without spoiling it too much. Obviously his character does really good. The acting in here is really, I enjoyed all the actors and actresses in here. I think the acting in here was really good. It made me believe it. I was lost in this utopia, right? You're lost in this utopia universe here. Was this the film that we deserved? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say right off the bat, I'm gonna say yes, definitely. Even though I'm gonna talk about a few negatives at the very end of this, but yeah, definitely, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the outcome of this movie, even though the climax of this film, it made sense. It really did. The climax of this film made sense and everything. The runtime is 2 hours and 2 minutes. And you kind of feel it a little bit. So I would say the first 75 minutes of this movie is really good. It's really entertaining, very intuitive. You're trying to figure out what is going on here. And I would say the third act of this film, it kind of gets flustered a little bit. It gets misdirected in certain scenes here. Again, that's just my take there, guys. But yeah, rating 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. I'm going to have to give this a solid 7.5. I'm giving it a 7.5 because it relies solely on Florence Pugh a lot, and she is phenomenal. She is impressive. She is fantastic. I enjoy seeing her on screen. The reason why I was watching this to begin with was for Florence Pugh, and then of course Harry Styles as well. I mean, he doesn't really have too much of a too much of a film resume in a way. I mean, he was in Dunkirk, right? I mean, I'll give him that. Christopher Nolan, that's already solid film right there. And then of course Chris Pine in here. Also we get Gemma Chan in here, and she actually does a really good job. I loved her in Crazy Rich Asians, and my wife is so obsessed with that movie. I'm gonna say show, right? I was so obsessed with that movie, and she really I kid you not, we probably watched it already. What are we in? September, going to be the middle of September. We probably watched that. She's probably watched that over 20, 30 times already for the year. Again, it's a phenomenal film. I enjoyed it because it talks about family heritage. But yeah, she really comes in here and she changes the game a little bit. She plays the Chris Pine's wife in the film. And, she really brings on that sugar on top of that. I like how the husbands and the wives, I feel like Olivia Wilde, whoever's the acting scout here, really paired the characters into one another. I thought that was really good. Felt very intuitive. Felt very nice. I enjoyed it so much. I really did. So 7.5 rating. Would I recommend this movie, guys? Yes, I do recommend this movie. Do go check out Don't Worry Darling at a theater near you, guys, because this is definitely a film to watch in theaters. Just because of the suspense. Yes, it's a thriller. Yes, it gets you going. It's a mystery. I don't know about you moviegoers, but I love a good mystery. And all right, put all comments down below. Question is for you guys. What did you think of this movie, guys? Put on questions down. Put your comments down below. Questions. Maybe you got questions on the whole premise here. Put on comments down below, guys. Thank you so much. All right. With that being out of the way, now we are gonna go to spoilers. So again, I'm gonna talk about spoilers. Spoilers. All right. Spoilers. I'm gonna say that I don't know how many times already. Spoilers, guys. So spoilers. We're gonna talk about spoilers. Let's get right to it. The whole premise of this movie really gets into the whole end game of it, which is Florence Pugh. She goes into the very last scene. She runs into the headquarters, which gets her out of the Utopia, which is a VR in a VR's context here. And it does look like Harry Styles is actually following. So Harry Styles actually doesn't have a job, and he's stuck watching or listening to this guy Frank, which is played by Chris Pine. Essentially, it seems like it's a cult, right? I mean, that's the whole premise here. It seems like it's a cult following. Now, there's a few things I wish they would have talked about. I wish they would have talked about more or less of like the in depth of what started this cult, I feel like we could have gotten that in 10 minutes or so, not in another 30 minutes to explain that whole premise, right? Don't take another 30 minutes to talk about that whole backstory cult. But again, I really wish they would have touched up on that. That was my only little pet peeve here. I wish they would have touched up on that a little bit. The first 75 minutes, I'll probably, anyone that tells me, oh, what'd you think of Don't Worry Darling? I'm going to probably say the first 75 minutes are really great. I love it. The themes, the music, the parties. I love that. I love the chemistry between all the actors and actresses. I love the chemistry between all of them. And I love it because it felt so real. It felt so intuitive. And yeah, I'm gonna get and say that. But as far as the way the story planned out, I was a little bummed out. I really am, and that's why I'm kind of like 7.5. This movie could have been an 8 for me, an 8, 9, maybe close to a 10. But for me, as of right now, with my stance and everything, I feel like it didn't reach that level. It didn't reach that 9 level that I really wanted, that in depth. Maybe it would have got a little bit more explaining of the cult, maybe that would have changed my mind. But as of right now, guys, because it didn't really explain it too well, it just explained that, oh, Harry Styles actually, he has no, he has no job, and he's just researching all these, and he has nothing else better to do. Jack, that he has nothing else better to do, and he just goes on and follows a cult and figures out that that Alice really is miserable in that world, in the real world that we're living in. And I kind of feel like we're all in that realm, or were in that realm, to bring into context there. And it makes sense. I wish we would have gotten more so that in-depth feel that that kind of would have connected us. Maybe even put a little, small little pandemic in there to really have that connection with us and everything. But again, that's just my take, guys. But put on comments down below. What did you think? Are you okay with it? Were you like, but don't put spoilers, guys. Please don't put spoilers. But as an overall, for me, the climax of this movie did do it well. I did not enjoy, I wanted to see a little bit more in depth on the whole cult following and all that stuff. It just seems like, Jack was just listening to Chris Pine, and again, I could be totally wrong. I could be going crazy. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. But yeah, thank you so much for making me a part of your day. And that's my review, guys. If you know what to do, like, share, subscribe this video, guys. Thank you so much for making me a part of your day, and have a wonderful weekend. And check out Don't Worry, Darling at a theater near you. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680. Stay safe, San Antonio. Check y'all later.
Get up now. Wake up, wake up.